Hello everybody. So I apologize, I didn't get a chance to record as I said I was going to. A day or two after showing you the hearth here, but I was feeling a little bit under the weather the last couple days, plus we as in the boys and I went camping over the weekend. So here it is Monday and feeling better, and today is nice and sunny, so lots of light so you guys can see what's going on. But pardon me. So I'm just going to show you the current situation with the hearth here, and which I think mostly I did last week, and then we'll walk up to the double wide and I'll show you the work that we did up there. And I think that's it for today. But anyway, so I'll turn this thing around and show you all what we've been doing. So as I showed you guys last week, pardon me, the hearth had knocked down, so it's level with the concrete floor here in the basement. Now it's all cleaned up and we got all the mortar removed. This floor is all nice and clean now. Everything has been taken over to the gravel pit with all the other brick and block and mortar and concrete and all that. So this is pretty much just what we cleaned up off the surface here. I don't know what this is. Again, I'm just gonna have to kind of dig down a little bit, maybe on the edge, figure out if this is a slab of concrete or more block or what it is. So then once I figure that out, I'll demo this area, and then we can just trench right through here for the downspout pipes, and where the French drain is up on the edge of the house where it comes down to. So that'll probably be a 3-inch pipe, solid pipe that'll come down. Maybe corrugated, maybe PVC, I'm not sure. Whatever's cheapest, honestly. And so obviously this is the old firebox, that's metal. We'll get rid of that when we go to the metal recycling. And then as you can see, we finally knocked down that pile of brick, so it's all gone. We just kind of have to go through there with our hands, little piece by piece, and clean up all the rest of the brick fragments and mortar, and do the same thing that we did here and just put them in, put it all in a couple of totes, and then take that over to the pit and dump that as well. But again, that's kind of, it's not top priority. So we'll do that eventually, but I'm not, I just wanted to get rid of the bulk, the brick. So worst case, if we do have to take this to the dump, it's just a couple of totefuls and it won't cost me an arm and a leg. But again, I'd rather this all, be able to go to the gravel pit and get ground up or recycled and used as gravel and such. So anytime I can reuse product and it's worthwhile, I try to. So, and then I'm just going to keep these 3, well, there's one hidden up in the grass here, but 1, 2, 3 blocks right here because they're solid, and I actually have been using them to make my ladder a little bit more level. But thankfully it's a nice ladder, so the bottom of the legs I can extend out a little bit to level it off, but it's a little much without these blocks. So that's why I'm leaving those there. So when I do the sheathing on the side here, I'll step out here and show you the new sheathing here. I'll be able to put the ladder there and it'll be a little bit easier. Although I might get a small scaffold, so that'll bring me up another 6 or 7 feet, and then make the ladder an A-frame, just so it's a little more stable to get this really high sheathing up here. We'll see. It's like an extra $300, and I'm just not sure if I want to pull the trigger on that or not. Trying to do this cheaply. So yeah, so I think next steps will be removing this peel and stick here and all over there. And then after all that's all removed, taking a grinder with a diamond plate and just grinding all this concrete down once I get all the peel and stick up, so that this surface will all be nice and porous and ready for putting sealer down, because I'd like this to be sort of waterproof so that moisture can't come up through the slab, It'll kind of contain the moisture down here, and just any way we can mitigate moisture down here, we're going to try to do that. So anyway, so that'll be one step, and then of course we'll put down a layer of plastic when or moisture barrier when we do the flooring, and then we'll put all green board is the only thing I can think of, but the pressure treated, there we go, pressure treated lumber on the bottom plate of all the walls too, and then spray it with I can't remember the product, but it's essentially like an anti-termite sort of product, so we won't have the same termite issues eating through all the lumber like over here. But anyway, that's I'm not sure if I want to do that first with all the flooring here, or if I want to get on this because I can do that honestly once we're living in here, really. So it's not really a high priority, but I want to come out here and start digging the footer trench so that we can get the footer poured, stand up those walls, jack this whole thing up, and get going on the framing piece down here. And then once the footer's up, then we can start working on pouring the slab down here. But again, all that, I have to have water. So to mix, obviously to mix concrete. And so that's another thing. I don't know if I want to trench, because while I have the trencher, I want to make the most of that because it's expensive. So if I can trench for all the downspout things, and I can maybe trench a little bit for the footer and get some of that work done so I don't have to pickaxe so much. And but also I have to trench a new water line all the way up from the street yonder all the way down to the house. So yeah, so it's kind of like trying to figure out the order of things. So I might kind of scratch that all out on paper and figure out what I need to do first. But again, as you can see, all the concrete, it's all gone. Just have a little bit of, gravel here and there. And we will walk over to the double wide so I can show you what's up with that. Sorry, apologize for the silent walk over here. But so over here, I don't know if y'all remember, but there was a really sad deck over here on the back side of the double wide. So I wanted to take that off, and then the stairs that were on the front and all the skirting that was all around the double wide. Kind of just wanted all that gone to make it easier for the folks that are coming and moving this thing. So as you can see, pardon me, I removed all the plastic skirting around the whole thing, excuse me, and tried to reach as much trash as I could around the edges. There's still lots of trash underneath, but I really won't worry about that until they move it, and then we'll go under there and get the remainder. And this is like an old, I don't know, maybe a doghouse or something that's been knocked on its side. So the last little bit, I just kind of knocked down this last little bit of blackberries, pull that out, disassemble that. There's an AC condenser under here that I'll have to unbury. This is just garbage. It was also, I think, an old doghouse. It was flipped on its top here, and then it was sitting on the front porch of the house. But I pulled it over here for the cats to have something to take reprieve from the rain or whatever. A long time ago, but oh, sorry, got my fingers in front of the camera. So anyway, this is where the deck was. I still have 2 posts left, but I don't think I really need to remove those. There's enough space between them and the trailer, about 6-8 feet or so. And then I just moved the set of stairs that were over here, right up to the door. So the deck went from this corner all the way over to, I guess, just there where you can see the dirty spot, and then came out right around where this hole is, and then out. So anyway, cleaned up most of the garbage. There's still a little garbage here and there, but for the most part, it's all cleaned up. And yeah, ready for the gents to come and move this thing. Again, I don't know when they're coming, but at least it's ready. So whenever they need to come, it'll be. I think the way they do this is they take all the siding off, and then there's a marriage line between the two halves that runs down here. So they have to take all the siding off, and if there's any straps like holding it together, they take that off. You can see the wires right there. Those are kind of like plugs, and they plug together. It kind of plugs one half of the double wide to the other. And then I don't know if they take all this block with them, but I know a good place to take it. So if they do decide to leave it, that water, I could probably remove that hose and toss it, but this water line's broken underneath, as I've mentioned before, because we had a freeze last year and it popped. So it's kind of useless. So it'll probably just get cut up and taken to the dump once they take this thing away. But so yeah, there was a lot of garbage just strewn about. Here's where the stairs was. The boys clean up, so they did a decent job over here. This was literally like solid plastic bottles, styrofoam cups. You couldn't even see the ground. It was just covered with trash. Such as the whole entire property. So slowly but surely. And then there's a bunch of glass here, along with another booze bottle. But that glass over there, and then this pile of glass right here, came from a pane or two of one of the windows that they just threw out here. So we had to pick up all the little pieces of glass, which is also fun. So I left this here because there's still a little bit more glass tucked in there, which I don't want to just pull this up and have all the glass go into the dirt. So that's why this is still here. And again, most of the garbage has been picked up around the edges, but there's still just a little bit left. So again, there were stairs here. I took those. Those are gone. All the garbage is cleaned up. And there's just a bunch of pavers here that are left. But yeah, that's about it. So just wanted to show the progress over here of, as a whole, the cleanup over here. So, and I guess that's it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else over here. This is where it's kind of weird, but the water line takes a 90, goes back, takes a 90, takes a 90, and then comes this way and then starts to bury itself and then goes up to the street. So yeah, weird planning, but anyway, that's the water line. And so there's the tongues for the trailers. This is one for this half, and the one over there is for, the other half. Again, I don't know really how they do this when they move it. I don't know if they needed to remove all the AC ducting or all the plumbing underneath. I don't know. So we'll see what I'm left with once they move it. If they leave if they cut the plumbing and just leave it or what. But no big deal. It is what it is. If I got to pay for another dump run, no big deal. I've been doing that for a long time. So yeah. So I guess that's sort of it for the double wide. I don't think I missed anything over here, but as always, if you have any questions or anything, throw them in the comments and let me know, and I'll try to answer them. So I guess that's it for today. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and look forward to showing you guys what we do next. All right, see you later.